This strategy is all about, first of all, identifying an area within the market, identifying a very powerful area within the market, and then applying your setups. I think trading can be a lot easier if, first of all, you identify the areas that have a lot more potential, areas that have a lot more momentum and direction, and high impact areas within the market. Sort of really stick to a few predefined areas, and then apply your trading setups to that. So that's what we're going to go into here. And there's multiple powerful areas within the market. I'm going to identify two areas, each day that I look at that are based this round, an area that I've been looking at within the market for a couple of years now. But there's also other areas such as yesterday's low, yesterday's high. I'm going to touch on that briefly at the end of this video. But for now, we're just going to talk about this specific area, the power box area. So let's get into it. You can see here the first slide's all about just giving an overview of the trading process, and then obviously we'll go through and break it down and talk about it step by step. So step one is identifying the powerful trading area within the market, what we call the power box. So we're going to be looking at an upper edge and a lower edge. So as we start the day, or as we get into the day, we're always going to have an upper zone and a lower zone, which we've identified as great or potential trading areas. So it's a very systematic process, and we'll go through how to do that. Step two is then, once we've identified the zones, identifying market direction and momentum. So as we approach these zones, there's multiple ways to do it. Okay, this power box trading approach, it's not just one setup, there's multiple setups. I'm going to go through 4 setups with you. In fact, you can even add some more to it if you want. But what we're doing here is identifying an area first, and then to that we're applying strategies or applying setups to be able to potentially profit from the market. So as we approach these edges, step two is going, okay, we want to be very clear of how we're going to approach this edge. We want to know which setup we're going to use as far as, do we want it to break through or do we want it to revert back from the range, and I'll talk more about that soon. But we really want to be clued up and have a good idea about direction and momentum. And absolutely the best way that I do that for myself is through support markets. A lot of people use sort of volume indicators, and there's a few different things out there. I think utilizing other markets, or what we call support markets, so the markets that are linked to the S&P 500, like the Nasdaq, the Russell, the Dow Jones, it's a similar sort of indicator to volume. It sort of really gives you an indication of where the market's going. It's like a look into the future. You can really identify future price movement, potential price movement, and direction and momentum within the markets. So that's what step two is. And then once you've done all that, once you've got the powerful area, you've identified direction and momentum. Step three is then about applying the setup with that momentum or with that market sentiment.